Peace and love. This is Sister Nzinga from Flowing Growing with Sister Nzinga, where we steadfast on our platform of trying to get you to think. It ain't illegal yet. And some of us are thinking, but what we want to do is take hold of and implement new knowledge. So that's the acronym that we have created for the word think. THINK, take hold of and implement new knowledge. And of course, our platform is our purpose and our passion is to emancipate ourselves from mental slavery. So I thank everybody here who's here listening to me today. I thank those that have looked at my other videos and liked them, and give thanks for my subscribers. The numbers are really growing. So you continue to share. So you like, you share, and then you just leave a comment. Talk black to me. That's what I said. Talk black to me. Okay. So I'm really happy for how things are going so far. I hope that you are enjoying it yourself. But as I said, that every Tuesday I'm going to be here, okay, to bring you a new video. So our last video we were talking about the 3 T's, which was the tradition, transition, and I'm outside, so a little ant was on me. Tradition, transition, and transformation. So hopefully, if you listened to last week, I hope that you found something, had picked 1 or 2 things that you're going to, that is your normal, the things that you do traditionally, what you do every day, and you have taken those things that you would like to make some changes with and have started to transition. Now, be patient with yourself. It's going to take time. So hope that you are starting to transition. Then make a comment. Let me know that if you transformed yourself into doing something new for yourself. Because once we get to learning ourselves, that we get to find out, maybe this doesn't serve me anymore. Or maybe I'd like to do something different. Or maybe there's something else I'd like to spend with our money. And when I also say that I want you to think it ain't illegal yet, when we're doing that, and the more we love up on ourselves, we start really taking this information and really start embracing it and thinking, wow, you know what? Because, like I said, as an example, TV. We know that TV is not good for us. Well, I hope you know TV is not good for you. TV is not good for you. I mean, we all do sit and watch it. Sometimes we find a show that we like to look at, to laugh at, or just to entertain ourselves, to pass time. But I hope you're not looking at anything that's so violent and so destructive or horrifying or demeaning, because the vibrations from the thing that you're looking at, you embrace those things internally, and then they become a part of you, and then we normalize shit. We normalize things and we make it okay. Like when all these little murder stories, and how they show you how to murder people, and they show you like there's a story out. It's a sister that's in it, but she talks about Murder, She Wrote, I think, something like that. So there's stuff that you can, they glorify this kind of stuff, and it's just we make it okay because we watch it and we approve it. So sometimes we have to take and be more mindful and take a time to really pick up on these things that we look at, because sometimes the things are really not, they're not good for our soul. They're not bringing good vibrations to us. So hopefully you've taken a couple of things and you're working on that. And I think I was just mentioning the TV. I just think the TV is just really not a good tool, especially for our children. You have to really watch the stuff that goes on with our children's TV shows, even though it's a song. I mean, it's a TV show that's for children. But sometimes there's a lot of little sexual innuendos inside these TV shows for our children. Why is it these are children? They're supposed to be playing and doing little silly things, but there always has to be a girlfriend and boyfriend type situation in cartoons. That's not good. You should be okay with that. The children should not be thinking about girlfriend, boyfriend, and they show love like the little hearts or something like that, or just some type of relationship between between male and female in these cartoons. And that kind of stuff is really not good for our children. So we have to be mindful of this kind of thing and say, well, I think that's, to think. It ain't illegal yet. To think about, well, is this really good? I know this is what everybody does, and everybody just goes to these particular channels, Disney and because you look online, look up for Disney up on YouTube, how there's the sex that's in the Disney cartoons, and it will show you there's a lot of it, and we just kind of look at it like in like passe, but there's a lot of it. So again, this stuff is really not good for our children, so we have to be mindful. That could be something that we could just start working on, to say, okay, I'm going to be a little more selective in the TV shows that my children watch. So we have to think about things like that, and then the bottom line is, what are we spending our money on? What are we spending our money on? So these are the important things to think about. Once you start learning self and loving up on self, then you want better for yourself. So you have to think about, the finances, which is very important. Our economics is very important for us to be able to provide for ourselves. So that's a very important, something that you might want to look at and to see, and make sure that the things that you're spending your money on. And I know, people want cell phones, but let me just say what I did. And, just say the same for everybody. Because I think that we as a people, and we have come to the Americas, that we have been deprived of so much stuff. So now we feel that, well, now I got a job, I got a little spending change or whatever. So now I'm going to buy those things that I've always been deprived of, and to think that, well, if I have a Gucci bag, or if I have a name brand this, or I have one, the Nike, not Nike, what's the Air Jordans and all these kind of things, this kind of makes me a person. If I have an iPhone, that makes you, I don't know what it make you. It make you broke. To me, that's what it make you broke. Because there are other options out there, and that's the thing where we have to think and really just don't go along. We have to stop allowing them to make decisions for us, because the way that they create the things that they do for our society, they will say this is the newest thing. And I know sometimes I repeat myself, but I want to be repetitive so you can really kind of get it, and I'm getting it in different directions, so you can be able to really get it and take it in and implement some of the things that I'm telling you. But these are things that have been put in, choices that are made for you. When they tell you that this is the new trend, this is the latest fashion, this is that. So these things are being decided for us, and we just kind of go along without thinking about it. And like I was saying, that sometimes we think that now that we're able to have these things that we weren't able to have before, that makes me a better person. Well, it doesn't make you a better person. It really does make you broke, because you will go work all week, and you make your money that you make. But when you get that paycheck, really look at it. Look at your paycheck and see, okay, this much is going for that, this much is going for that. How much do you have left after that paycheck? And then just add up how much are you giving out every time you get that paycheck, and who is that money going to? So we have to understand that there are systems that are in place for us, that when we get that check, the money's going right back to the system. Because all the TV stuff is all connected. The pharmaceutical things are connected. The some of the clothing lines, the designers, they're all connected. The music is all connected. All these organizations that are really, have all the money and that are running things and giving you these suggestions of the things that you should have and things you should acquire, they're all in cahoots. So that's what I want you to be able to pay attention to. And we know that, again, like I said, these are the same families of the people who brought us over here to enslave us. So we still giving them our money. So this is the mental slavery that we're caught up on. This is the mental slavery that we're caught up on. Even though it looks like that we're doing well, we have money to buy these things, but the money that we're spending, where's it going? Are you spending in your community? Or are you spending any of your money in your own community? Or are you spending any of your money on to people who look like you? So the finance thing is very important. I'm just going to just talk about just that and thinking about that right now. Because when you get that paycheck, how much is that paycheck? Are you saving? Or are you just spending all your money because, I got paid now and I can buy me a new sneaker? When you probably already got 8 pair of sneakers at home. I ain't going to say 3 or 4 because most people got a whole bunch of them. Just think. It ain't illegal yet. We have to start thinking about that. What are we doing with our money? Because we are funding our own demise. When they can say that we are the best consumers, we are the best consumers. Because all of our money goes into things. You have to start thinking about your money, about what are you going to do with that money. You don't need to have over $100 cable bill. For what? Because you can only watch one channel at a time. Okay, maybe you got 3 TVs in your house, your children's watching, your husband watching one. Okay, so you're watching 4 at a time. Still, but do you need 400 channels? 200 channels in order to do that? And then there's ways that you can get that. The Fire Stick, I know even Fire Stick is made by those people, Amazon, which is a big conglomerate. But at least with that, you don't spend so much money per month. So much of your money is not going out. And so you have to be mindful of when you're at the house. Don't leave all the lights on and things like that. All those little things matter. And you don't want to think of. You may think, well, I work hard for my money. I can do what I want to do. Okay, you can. You can. I'm just trying to give some friendly advice for saying, yes, do what you want to do with your money, but be mindful and making sure that your money that you're making is being spent on something that's important to you, something that is helpful to you, and something that will bring something towards your family. And most importantly, I want to talk about is, are you saving? We've got to save it, because you see the time that we're in right now? There's a war in Russia, but what if something like that comes here? We have to be so mindful of this stuff and take this stuff seriously, that we need to be able to have some cash in case you need to just pop up and get ready to go somewhere, because in case something happens. So a savings is very important. So whenever you get paid, you should always pay yourself. Which paying yourself means just put this money aside. And maybe if you want to take a family trip, but it's still something you want to do. Maybe this is a piece of jewelry, as a female, even as a male, a piece of jewelry that you want to buy, something that you like. And just put your money aside and save it towards that. And don't just automatically just go and just spend it as soon as you get your paycheck and spend it. So I want you to think about yourself. And when you're loving up on yourself, you're thinking about, wow, okay, there's some things that I really want to do, but I can't do it because, I'm up here keeping up with the Joneses, per se, in any kind of way, any kind of form that you're keeping up with the Joneses. But, think about your money. And think about, is your money going towards something that you really desire? Is your money going in spending or going around and recycling in your own community? Or do you look at your thing, okay, based on this, okay, I paid this, I paid that bill, I paid that bill, that bill. How much of it is going out the door, pretty much out the door before you get home? You get the check, and then you got to write these checks or pay these bills automatic. So our finances is very, 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 very important, because we must be able to fund things that's important to us. And when we have an emergency, we need to be able to have some savings, and we need to be able to prepare our children. Now, I don't believe that all children need to go to college, because I think you should learn a skill, and that's something that we found out during this pandemic, when people couldn't go out and do whatever. People just did things that they enjoyed doing. And look at how many people now owning their own business, or doing something that they enjoy doing, or they just created in their mind, and that they had the time at home to do it, and they put it together, and now it's a business. So that's how it should be. You should be able to do something. Everybody's come with a gift, and you should take that gift and make it into monetize that gift. So our money, what we do with our money, how we spend our money, all that stuff is very, very important. So when you're loving up on yourself and you go out and you work hard for your money, think about what you're doing with your money. Make a plan of what you're going to do with it. Make a plan of having some savings at all times. Paying yourself first. Putting that money aside in case of an emergency. And don't touch it. Just be brave enough and have the damn, the guts to say, I'm not going to touch this money. And it's not like, a concert comes up, I'm going to go and take that money. No. I'm talking about serious stuff. Life-threatening or life-enhancing type of ideas for ourselves. Go get a massage. Treat yourself to a massage, because it's good to be able to touch our bodies. But just think about the money, and our finances is so important. When you love yourself and you work hard for your money, you want to be able to take that money and do things that's productive for your own self. You don't want to just take it and start, buying this and buying that and keeping up with the latest and the greatest, because, sneakers are sneakers. Well, I mean, but see, I can't really say that, because some people really like these particular styles, and they like having a name brand on. But, once we start elevating ourselves spiritually, and we start knowing that some of the things that we use and that we have, they don't serve us. Because see, the most important things in life are not things. So I just want to just concentrate again, talk about the money, is that we need to do things with our money. We need to be able to save our money at all costs. I mean, if it's something particular that you want, shop around. Just don't go, let me just go and just buy it. Shop around a little bit. Take the time, invest some time into seeing what the options are, because maybe you find out later, you need a TV, somebody broke your TV or whatever, and then you just say, oh, I'm just going to go to so-and-so and buy the TV. But did you check this store, that store, that store? Somebody might have been having a sale on the exact same thing that you had. You could have saved $50. You could have saved $25. So take the time to do some time to write down the things that you're doing with your money. See how much money that you're spending in your own community. See how much money you're actually spending on yourself. And see how much money is going out the door every time you get that paycheck. Every time you get that paycheck. So today, I hope that you have found something that you are working on when it comes to your tradition, your transition, and your transformation. But I wanted to talk about the money thing. Think about your money, honey, and how you are spending your money, the money that you're working hard for. Whether you're self-employed or whether you have a job that you go to, but whenever you get that your resources coming in, and think about that. And another thing to think about is creating other several resources of several different resources of money, other streams of income. You might save this money aside, and then you take that money and you invest it in something, and say, okay, then you take that and you buy something that you could use to create another source of income. Maybe you like baking cakes and you're really good at it. Then put that money aside, and just maybe every other weekend or whatever, it depends on your schedule. Take that money, set it aside. Once you get a certain amount, okay, maybe you need this particular kind of mixer or something, or some type of tools or something to make this thing happen. You invest in that, and if that starts bringing you income, then that's another stream of income, and that's extra income that you can have just by you doing a couple things on the weekends of your own. It's something that you enjoy doing. So I just want to talk about, just want to not even go talk about anything else. I just want to stick to that one subject of thinking about our money and what we're doing with our money when we get our money. Because the money we're funding. Doesn't that make you think about it? That whenever a new star comes up, that sometimes you want to go get the new star or something. Do you do that? If there's a new, I know for a while these eyeglasses, and I'm not trying to knock nobody's style. Knock your thing, do what you want to do. But I know for a while it was very popular that people were wearing all these big funky kind of eyeglasses, different kind of frames and stuff. But those things were very expensive. I'm sorry, I'm going to hear these ants are getting on me. Is that something that you really need to do right now? How many pair of glasses do you have? How many pair of sunglasses do you have? How many pair of eyes you got? So again, I'm not trying to knock nobody's style. My purpose here is just to talk about things to try to get us to save some money and be mindful of how we're spending our money. In the bottom line, it is your money. You do what you want to do with it. But I'm just here to spread some love to those that are really trying to do something different and they're trying to progress and uplift themselves and empower themselves. And when you have more finances in your pocket that you can do things with, then that's how you're empowering yourself, and you have the money to be able to put towards some things that are your own ideas versus you just coming, getting your check and then spending it on other stuff. So that's the point that I'm really making. I'm not trying to knock nobody's thing. Do you? But there are some people out here, I think, who do want to hear something about some other options of how we could do with our finances. So let me know what you think about this, and I could just break down just different subjects at a time to talk about some things. But it's very important for us to be mindful of what we're doing with that paycheck every time we get that paycheck. So I thank you. Please like and subscribe. Please share and comment. Thank you so much for my new subscribers. Please look on our other new subscribers. I sent you a invitation to the Facebook page, and I will be posting more things on that. Someone asked me to elaborate more about the tradition, transition, and transformation. So I'll be putting up a page on that probably tomorrow. I'll just talk about that a little more detail. So thank you again for watching. So please like our videos and think it ain't illegal yet. And let's continue to work on emancipating ourselves from mental slavery. So again, I enjoy talking to you. I love you. And I'll see you next Tuesday. Peace and love.